Hi Sameer, thank you so much for having me here. It's great to finally see it.
11 was initially an orthodontic practice, and so just aligning with what you just said here, it was an orthodontic practice, minimally invasive, everything's organic. And when we bought the business, actually, we thought we had referring dentists, but in fact, we had a really good Google presence, and we didn't have that many referring dentists. So the patients, once they were having their orthodontics, actually wanted more. And that is what we're seeing in today's world, where people have some type of alignment, orthodontics, and then they want more. So that is what we saw in 2009, 2010, when we first acquired the business. And then I joined the practice because Shivani and Nancy first started out as the orthodontist. I was then doing all of the subsidiary stuff as a general dentist do with around there. And we got busier, so 3 clinicians. Fast forward now a number of years, we're now 18 of us in the building. And really, we have all the specialists under one roof, still with the core heartbeat of orthodontics.
Yeah.
We want to be organic, we want to be minimally invasive, we want to be natural, we're not cosmetic, we're more aesthetic. But in today's world, we've got to link function, health, and aesthetics up, and we feel that is what we're trying to do, because orthodontics is at the heartbeat still. That's where we came from. And so as we moved from 11 Devonshire Place, which was 5 surgeries, into our new location here at 7+4 Wimpole Street, we're still 11 somehow, and we've got 9 surgeries. So we needed to grow, but also we needed to grow for our staff. The staff room wasn't large enough, and when you see our wellness area, and I can't wait to show you.
I can't wait. Never get me to leave.
Yeah, it's, I've understood that in today's world, people are struggling to grow because they can't retain and attract the best quality staff, auxiliary staff, to stay with them. And really, we've made a concerted effort here to be organic, be relaxed, look at the flow of our patients. Always high on our list has always been customer quality, as well as customer service. But now we've extended that to the people that really look after our patients. That's our staff. And so I'm looking forward to showing you that as well.
Yeah. So now patients can come here for alignment treatment, but stay here as patients as well, and continue to have general dentistry and checkups with you.
Yeah, really, I would say just for that first year we were orthodontics. Pretty much straight after that, we've turned into multidisciplinary. So patients will come in for orthodontics, they may come in for general work, they may even come in for gum work. Whatever that is, we have a centre where we will take care of them. But often we find, as you know, patients don't just want that one thing. They'll want a myriad of treatment modalities, and so we're here to provide that. But the collaboration is really important. This morning we had a patient that is coming in, and it was the periodontist was in here, the orthodontist was in here, I was in here. And the patient feels like they're being looked after, and collaboration more than anything in today's world is really important. We can reduce treatment time, quality of care, and really British dentistry is at the forefront of where it should be, and that's how we should be working, in my view.
And for patients, that feeling of settlement, or being, it's a bit strong, but being at home in a practice, they don't have to worry about going elsewhere. They're here, and it's a lovely place to be, but they can actually have whatever they need here.
Yeah, everything's taken care of under one roof. Now, I appreciate we're very fortunate to have the size of the building we do and everybody here, but really working together in today's world is really important.
So talk me through the story of what's gone into creating 11 as it is, because we walk around, and from speaking to you beforehand as well, I know the thought that's gone into it, and we see all the bits and pieces around. Tell me how that came about.
Well, all 3 partners are originally from Africa to some degree. My parents from Uganda. I'm born and brought up here. Shivani's from Kenya, and Nancy's from Mauritius. So there's always been an African sort of thread to where we've all come from. And so when you look around the building, it was all about, actually, we want this to be organic, like our dentistry is, and really that subliminal trust we build for patients. Our website is the same color as our walls, and then the way we speak on the website's the same as the way we speak when you come into the practice. So that trust element that you build with any patient is at the forefront of you being able to help the patient, because sometimes they'll say no before you've even got a chance to explain what it is that you want to do for them. So I think a combination of all of that and then being true. So we've looked at every single system within our dental practice, whether it be rinsing around with our metal cups that can go through the sterilizer, and they're not plastic, they're not even paper, because that's taken a whole heap of energy and water to create that recycled bit of paper cup. So we've looked at every area of our business, try to be as eco-centric as we can, and all of our staff have signed up to the charter of either coming in on public transport, electric car, electric vehicle, whatever that is. So that is the way we behave, and then we only order once a week. We don't stock any stock here at all. It's for the patient then to get it delivered to their house.
Okay.
We're reducing the amount of deliveries to the business. So everything is based on this eco-centric nature, which I think all practices, but all businesses should have a responsibility in today's world.
So awards and team, that feeds well into the awards. We've got a selection of some of your awards here, but there's a lot more elsewhere in the practice. It's been a lot of how I've got to know you guys. What do the awards mean to you? The various awards that you've won, how do they then impact you guys, impact the practice, impact the team?
So impacting the team, I think they always feel that it's something we've done collectively, and we've created something unique here. So and being recognized by an external company is always very nice as well. So I think they feel that we've achieved and what we're doing is being recognized. From our point of view, I think you'll see that you've got to go through a journey to write award submissions. And it's that journey for us has actually been the key to success for us moving our practice forward. And then I think everybody has really come to the fore with their part in creating this.
And you've got it just right. You walk in and, like I say, I had that sense of calm, of it being chilled, but actually it's not, even the reception from the staff there, it's not clinical, it's still friendly and relaxed and happy. Everyone's, it's just a really nice atmosphere. They've obviously brought into that, but they're obviously feeling that as well. The team, and we've seen it, we'll move on to awards, but we've seen that at the awards. You've got such a great team and they clearly support, you guys so much as well. And you support them. It's really nice.
Thank you so much. I mean, I really believe that the old days of micromanagement have gone, and I feel that they should know their role. We should as leaders outline what is expected from them and let them go and do it in their own way. Even if the two of us and we said we're going to walk to a certain destination, I'm sure you would walk one way and I'd walk another way. But if I took you on my walk, you'd be like, hang on, this way was better. In the same way, I think actually staff have their own way of getting there. And I just let them be. And that's really our style of leadership here. This is their defined role. This is what we need them to do. There are a huge number of trackabilities that we provide at our practice. But as long as everybody's achieving those, I really don't mind how they get there. And that allows them to create an ownership of their own role. And really, I think that is a testament to the longevity we've had our staff, what we try and get out of our staff in terms of maximizing their potential, going on to be whatever it is they have to be.
And people get much more of a sense of achievement that way as well. They've been given the opportunity, they have to make it happen themselves. And when they do, it feels so much better. And you haven't had to lead people there. You've given them that option and off they go. And as long as, like you say, you get to the same destination, doesn't matter which way you go.
No energy on me. They walk that path, which is so good. Awards are great in many ways, and then obviously having the celebration with the team, and that's amazing. And then be able to share that with your patients as well, and for your patients to know that you are above and beyond of what's happening. And awards are a bit like Marmite as well. There's some people that don't buy into them, and I think we have to be open with that, and some people that do. But ultimately, it's for people that want to sit within a fraternity, that want to move forward together and recognize each other's successes, and sometimes pat each other on the back to say, well done. But actually, the awards have given us a community, and I think FMC have done an amazing job to create a bigger fraternity within the dental practice industry that comes together, celebrates, congratulates, and really that hasn't been done for many years in the past, and
Yeah.
it's been very individual in their surgeries. And so it's great to have that
Yeah.
larger look on things.
And that's a major thing that we see as well. You know, when knowing you guys, when we're at the awards and your practice is called out as winning, it's great for us because we know you so well. But what we see as well, especially sometimes if I'm on the stage and I can see it from that point of view, there's a lot of backslapping, a lot of people like that are so happy for you guys. And that happens across the winners as well. Everyone's celebrating everyone around them.
Yeah.
And I think that's something really special in dentistry as well. And it adds something to the evening. It's not just you guys congratulating each other, but you can just see this whole
togetherness, isn't there? There's a togetherness on the evening of if you won or not won, or catch up and congratulations, or well done, you must have done that. Have you thought about? So I think it's still a networking. It's still, everybody's got this growth mindset that they want to grow themselves. And actually that's actually what it is. It's a group of people that have a growth mindset that want to improve themselves and their practice, and then learn from other people as well. And specifically over a long period of time, you can see those practices that excel, not only within individuals as leaders, but also the practitioners.
Hi, Shivani.
Hi,
So here we are, king and queen of dentistry. How does this work? There's not many practices that have a husband and wife couple that run a practice like this. How do you make that work? How does the work-life balance work with that? You're both really busy. I don't understand.
Well, it doesn't always work. I think that's the honest truth. But what it is we're different characters. We have a different feel on stuff, and definitely Shivani's got so many strengths, and I've got different strengths. And I think that is actually a key part of it, that we're strength and don't try and overlap. What do you think, Shivani?
Yeah, key strengths. You're more the macro. You can see the visionary, and I'm more the micro. So whatever Sameer's vision is, then I have to put it into play. And he just walks away.
But there's a great book called Rocket Fuel Now, and it talks about how the CEO and the COO of every business, from McDonald's through to Walt Disney through to 11, whoever that is, you do need a visionary and an instigator, but the brains don't overlap actually, because they're just different segments of different neural pathways. So I think that's where I think we're and also we do different things. I'm a general dentist, Shivani's an orthodontist. So
it's quite complementary, I would say.
Yeah.
Our way of thinking, and I think over these 15 years we've kind of evolved in how to. It's almost like a dance that we have at the practice. Because we've now grown together at the practice, with the team. So the team also knows how we can work together. The patients love that we complement each other, because Sameer is the foundation of the patient's smile, and I'm the one that kind of constructs it as we go along, and then he finishes it. So it works really well. And we're right. We don't clash in our personalities at all. We're very extrovert.
no, never.
And I'm happy not to be in the limelight at all. Just doing my own thing.
It works though, right?
It works very well. Yeah.
So with this extrovert, visionary, big personality, Shivani, you ever like, hang on, Sameer, I'm not sure this is, is there ever any ideas that you come up with that you're like, whoa?
Yeah. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I have to pull the extrovert down to earth again. And I think that's the thing. Introverts are attracted to Sameer because he has these big visions and meaning, okay, fine, we can make it. Sometimes things don't work, and I'll be like, there's not going to happen. We've got to think of something else, which is nice because it's just not at work. We can talk about things all the time, which is an advantage and a disadvantage. Initially, it was a disadvantage because we could never switch off.
Yeah.
Sunday to Sunday, even at home over dinner, we'd be eating dinner, and our kids are like, "Can we not talk about work anymore?" But that was the exciting thing. That excitement actually travels home as well. I think complementary yet compassionate towards each other. And Sameer's flamboyant ideas bring me out of my comfort zone, which is nice because as you walk through the practice, you see the extroverts of our practice and the introverts and how we actually all complement each other and how actually each specialty is a balance of all of that. So it works well.
So Shivani, I asked Sameer earlier what motivates him. What motivates you?
To come to 11, I think we were just talking about this actually a few weeks ago, and we were saying, our daughter asked us, she said, what don't you like about your work? And we were all on the dining table and we looked at each other and we said, nothing. Because there always is something, right, about school or work or anything that you think, oh, I don't like this person, or I don't like the day I work, or I don't like, there'll be something. And we both looked at each other and we said, nothing, Saravi, because it's taken all these years to create somewhere that we actually don't have to think the night before or get worried, walking to work thinking, oh, I'm going to have to deal with this, or, you know, this team member or that patient, or this clinician, or it's become seamless now. Touch wood, over the time. It's taken a few bumps to get there, but because it's so seamless and the environment that we've been allowed to create is so pleasant to work with, I think that in itself is a motivation.
Dentistry, if that wasn't your career choice to both of you, what else would you have loved to have done, or what would you have gone into?
I know your answer.
Well, I'm going to give Shivani, so then she's going to give you mine.
Okay.
I think Shivani would be a teacher or a beautician. I think one of those two. She loves doing things with beauty and all that, and she just loves teaching. So I would have said definitely something like that.
Yeah, I think I definitely would have been a teacher. And I think even now I keep telling them, when I retire, I'm going to teach. I'm going to go back to Kenya and I want to teach everybody that lives in our building, all the house help, English. We're going to have lunchtime tutorials and I'm going to teach them everyday English so that they can really, you know, nobody can take advantage of them. So yes, teaching and charity, because growing up in Kenya, I saw a lot of, my parents do a lot of medical kind of camps. And I was always involved in them since I was 4 years old. So I think teaching in third world countries with charity is what probably you'll find I'll retire doing that.
And I'm unemployable according to Shivani. So I can't be employed, so I have to do something that is probably a CEO of something or something like that.
You've got the brilliant job of pulling together the submissions. So talk us through that. Where do you start when you start pulling together an award entry?
So started the criteria. Because and now you've sent a really nice little leaflet. The private dentistry was which I loved, and it had the 3 points of why you should enter in big bold as well. So I looked at that, and I think the criteria is a good place to start because if it'll give you the salient points that you need to follow, not necessarily in the flow that you may want to put it in. And I always look at the criteria whenever we've written it.
That's reading the question, right? Read the question. Yeah.
Then you answer it.
So that's a good place to start. But I think the best way to present it is an interactive PDF. So it flows, and you can embed your videos and your photos in there. But the most important thing is it should be like a story from beginning to end. It should have an introduction with a conclusion. And it almost should feel like when we are reading about your practice, we know from its birth to perhaps maybe its rebirth of how you've changed it to what you're offering about your team, about your patients, about you. It's important that it has a flow and it's all in one place. Because sometimes as a judge, if you have just a Word document, you're reading just paragraph, but then you have to click out and go to a picture somewhere else. It kind of breaks it up, and it also makes it very cumbersome and tedious because there are so many submissions to go through. So I would recommend everybody should apply for the awards because one, as you've said, it's great for new patients, especially if you're in areas where you're competing with a lot of dental practices. Then it's something additional that makes you stand out on your website, on your social media. as an accolade. It's good for current patients as well, because then they're feeling they're coming to a place which is being recognized by the own fraternity, that you're doing good quality care work. And then of course it's a good night out. It's always around Christmas time-ish or leading up to that time of celebration time of the year. So it's because remember, the award submissions, even though they're written by managers, or I would say should only be written by practice owners, because you can tell the emotion when it's written by a practice owner. You know your practice best, so write it yourselves. But it's a good celebration, because actually that award is celebrating the whole team.
Yes.
It's not just two partners or a partner or a manager that has led to that submission. It's actually everybody has come together. It's a very nice evening out. And each time we've come to the awards, sometimes you win one, sometimes you win none, sometimes you win a bit more. And it's almost like it keeps you coming. Yeah, like even you're like, yeah, we're going to apply next year. And you wait again for that email to come from your team, as in the entries are now open, and we start looking at the criteria, and the excitement's there. But this time it just felt our story has evolved, and this is it.
Yeah.
This is our story, and
Yeah, also, look, I think many of you might know that we have sold our practice as well. So, it felt like coming here and making this unique practice as we have done. What is past that? It may not be in dentistry for us. And it was a good chance for us to just pass on the baton to somebody else. And say, like, this is the last one. And also, look, we didn't know that it was going to happen this way, to win everything across the board, whether it's clinical, the dentistry, as well as the private. We didn't know that was going to happen, but we felt it was that when we were writing it, it was the last time we should be writing these awards, because the story was written now.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me here. It's been absolutely lovely, and really lovely to understand the full story. And we look forward to seeing what comes next.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.